Good morning, gentlemen. It is July 10th, and I wanted to get this presentation out to everybody via video. This is a private video. While it is hosted on YouTube, you have to have an invitation link, so this link is not available in the public. So I want to walk you through what I've seen as someone who has been in systems for over 30 years. And so I'm looking at this from a global perspective of what the vision of what the next generation needs to be. So this is next gen, and the system's vision is powered by fusion. I'm calling it fusion. Now, what is fusion? Fusion is when things come together and collide and create energy. So we're talking about fusion and the world ahead. So let's take a look at this new system and some key differentiators. One, while it is going to do dispatch and it is going to have customer engagement, and we'll talk about that in just a second, it really needs to be CRM focused. What I mean by that is there's two levels of CRM here. End user customers. So the riders, delivery customers, group tour type customers, and any other specialty type services. We need to have transactions linked to them and be able to do analytics that look at value of customers, frequency of customers, who those customers are, and how do we replicate those high-end, high profitable customers for us. And then also the franchise owner. I'm dropping my use of the word driver. We need to attract professional people who want to build a business and want to be great partners. And so the database infusion has to include the transactions from the franchisee, the franchise fees. So I dropped the word lease, and this goes to fees because everybody expects to pay franchise fees, and this helps us justify a lot of those things. And then auto maintenance. So we don't call them cabs, they're not taxis, they're autos because we're going to have autos that are company provided to the franchisee, and then company autos that are self brought by the franchisee, but still need to track auto maintenance for safety perspectives. The system does the dispatch, but it also, the most important thing is customer engagement. We need to be able to be constantly top of mind with our clients, top of mind with the franchise owner, and top of mind with the end user customer. And that's where I created this concept of loyalty system, Metro Pass. It includes text messages, emails, offers, push notifications that keep the customer engaged with Metro. Okay, so now here's where the rubber hits the road, and here is the design of the systems at Metro that we need, and the integrations, and I'm calling this at the center fusion. It doesn't exist today. It has pieces and parts, but it doesn't exist today, and this is what I'm looking for in the industry to help us get to this next level where we're competing with the rideshare companies. Now, the key to this diagram is the orange are existing systems that should stay in place, and those are suitable at this point in time. And then green are things that need to be addressed and net new. So we'll walk through these. Okay, so on the left-hand column, we have pretty much what I tried to come up with is the input systems, okay? The call center, the customer app, which needs to be completely redone and needs to be part of the Fusion system. The call center needs to be part of the Fusion system. They're not separate systems. They need to be extensions. The B2B integrations need to be addressed. And we're looking at the Parsi with RTD, but also we need to look at any other type of B2B direct client. And I see this with several retail type organizations, and I can talk about that in the package offerings in another presentation. The website already existent. Nasser has done an amazing job with that. It's a beautiful website, something you should be proud of. And then Z-Trip, another contributor to transactions to Fusion. Okay, things on the left-hand side tend to be somewhat back office and are important to us to continue to build out. B2B franchisee recruiting and customer CRM. And so I have a recommendation. I think Salesforce.com is overkill, but there is a package out there called Fresh CRM that I believe we can implement almost overnight and be able to put our sales and product managers into that, plus franchisee recruiting. So dropping the word driver and going to franchise. Okay. Right now, we don't have time, energy, or effort to touch your fleet maintenance, but I think that's something we're going to need to upgrade. So that's tablet based. So when your mechanics and fleet driver services people are working and doing interactions, there's way too much running around on the lot right now. That needs to be all mobilized. Accounting, we're going to leave that alone for now with cashiering systems and that type of stuff needs to be in place. Might want to be something we look at in the future, but you can only eat an elephant one bite at a time. And then the franchisee app, which I built, and after looking across the industry, that franchisee app or driver app, as it used to be, is the best. It integrates into Fusion. It has specific resources for the franchisee, and it makes it so they can run their business. And so that's simple and easy to integrate into the rest of Fusion. At the bottom of our picture here in our diagram are the company email and human resource systems, and those do not need to be touched. The key thing that we need to focus on to get us to where we can compete with the rideshare companies and have better and or equal systems is we need to have a core system, and this needs to be a database. I'm recommending that this is built in Oracle or SQL Server. This will be cloud-based, even though we either build it or buy it. And the key thing is in looking at any packages that it has to have these particular criteria that we talked to in the previous slide. So we're going to continue to look at a couple of quick packages here, but this is what the vision is. Now, I may have missed something, but I don't believe so at this point in time. If we do this correctly, we'll have one system to manage. It will be hosted in a data center with 999% availability, so 99.999 availability. We won't have any more of these system issues. Nothing in the cab, no equipment in the cab. GPS technology is good enough down to 3 feet that this can all be app driven. So what this frees us up with is from our fleet of autos that are using, whether it's customer provided or company provided, we now can be rid of the cost and implementation. Doing that will help us be able to upgrade our fleets faster because we don't need to have all this equipment installed into this. And then many of our franchisee owners may bring new, more modern vehicles to the fleet. So that's, but the diagram, the vision, Fusion is at the center of that. Fusion can be purchased from somebody. Right now, I think the package that has the most is iCabby. I'm still looking at a couple others, but right now, if iCabby doesn't do this, we need to look at the investment of having the possibility of this being developed for us, and this can be done in-house. Anybody that is, in my opinion, based on vehicle-based solutions should be disqualified. That's nothing more than a fast 8-track tape. It's old technology. This is, if we're going to compete with the rideshare companies, we need to create convenience that's 100% mobile. Look forward to working on each of these areas, but the key thing is we need one big database that manages all of these things. So that's my input, and I'll discuss anything with you, and we can have a quick meeting to discuss this outcome and these recommendations.